Every day, millions of cashew nuts begin their journey here in these tropical orchards. But the path from toxic shell to crunchy snack.
Unlike most nuts, cashews grow outside the fruit in a hard shell that contains toxic oils more dangerous than poison ivy. Harvesting requires careful selection. Only fully mature cashews are picked to ensure the best quality kernels inside.
Each cashew nut is still protected by its toxic resin-filled shell, making raw processing extremely dangerous without proper techniques.
The cashew apple is often discarded or used for juice production, but our focus today is the valuable nut hidden beneath that deceptive shell.
Initial sorting happens right in the field. Damaged or immature nuts are separated to ensure only premium cashews enter the factory.
Thousands of kilograms of raw cashews are collected daily and prepared for their journey to the processing facility.
The trip from farm to factory must happen quickly. Cashews need to be processed within days to prevent mold growth in the humid tropical climate.
This modern facility processes over 50,000 kilograms of raw cashews every single day, transforming toxic shells into the premium snack you know.
Quality control begins before the cashews even enter. Every shipment is documented and traced back to its specific orchard. The receiving bay operates like clockwork. Raw materials flow in continuously, while finished products ship out simultaneously. Every kilogram is weighed and recorded. This data determines processing schedules and tracks yield efficiency throughout the entire operation. Raw cashews are stored in precisely controlled humidity to prevent premature spoilage while awaiting processing.
Before processing begins, random samples are inspected for shell integrity, size consistency, and absence of pest damage.
The journey through the factory follows a precise sequence, each stage designed to safely handle the toxic shell while preserving. The first step removes field dirt and organic debris from the outer shells, preventing contamination during later stages. Drying the shells is critical. Any moisture remaining could cause dangerous steam explosions during the roasting phase.
Advanced optical sensors scan every single cashew at high speed, removing defective shells before they enter the most dangerous phase of processing.
These hoppers regulate the flow into the roasting drums. Maintaining consistent batch sizes ensures even heat treatment and prevents shell combustion.
Corys. Roasting temperatures must reach exactly 180 degrees Celsius, hot enough to neutralize the toxic cashew shell.
Temperature precision is everything. Just 10 degrees too high, and an entire batch becomes worthless.
These drums rotate continuously during roasting, ensuring every cashew receives equal heat exposure on all sides of its shell.
As the toxic resin inside the shells heats up, it liquefies and is extracted. This cashew nut shell liquid is actually awesome.
The roasting process takes exactly 12 to 15 minutes. Too short and the shells remain toxic, too long and the kernels.
Rapid cooling is essential. The shells must cool to handling temperature while the kernels inside remain protected.
Now comes the most labor-intensive part of cashew processing.
Traditional shelling is done entirely by hand. Mechanical shellers tend to break too many kernels, reducing the value of the final product.
Skilled workers crack hundreds of cashews per hour, applying just enough pressure to break the shell while leaving the kernel perfectly intact.
This facility employs over 200 shelling specialists. Their skill directly determines the factory's profit. Each worker develops their own technique, but the goal is always the same: maximum whole kernel recovery with minimal breakage.
Even at this stage, quality sorting happens. Whole kernels, large pieces, and small broken bits are separated for different market grades.
The shell waste isn't discarded. It's collected and sold as biofuel or ground into agricultural fertilizer.
Once the kernels are extracted, they move to the next critical phase, removing the thin, inner skin that still clings to each nut.
This peeling drum uses gentle mechanical abrasion. As the kernels tumble against each other in the rough walls, the thin brown skin gradually rubs away. The peeling process takes about 20 minutes and must be carefully timed. Too much tumbling, and the kernels themselves begin to chip and break. Powerful vacuum systems extract the skin dust to prevent respiratory issues for workers. Raw cashew skin can. Human eyes still outperform machines for this delicate quality check. Workers spot and remove any kernel that didn't peel completely. This attention to detail separates premium-grade cashews from standard commercial grades. Appearance matters significantly in the high-end snack market. Cashews are now sorted by size, from jumbo whole kernels down to smaller splits and pieces, each commanding different market prices.
Size sorting is fully automated using precisely calibrated screens and gravity. Grama. Larger kernels fetch up to
The sorted kernels now move to the most critical quality control phase. Every nut will be inspected at least 3 more times before packaging. Quality control specialists undergo months of training to identify the 23 official defect categories that can downgrade a cashew kernel.
Sender. Inspectors look for discoloration, insect damage, mold spots, oil stains, and structural cracks.
Each inspector processes up to 3,000 individual cashew kernels per shift. The work demands intense concentration and exceptional visual acuity. Rejected kernels aren't wasted. They're sold to manufacturers who grind them into cashew butter, flour, or use them in baked goods where appearance doesn't matter.
After huge studies, computerized high-source for a check, they can detect color variations for the live 5%.
These machines sort up to 4 tons of cashews per hour with 99.9% accuracy. Human inspectors verify only the edge cases. The grade designations indicate kernel count per pound. W180 means approximately 180 whole kernels.
Random samples from every batch undergo laboratory analysis for moisture content, oil rancidity, and microbiological contamination.
Moisture must be between 3 and 5%. Too dry and the cashews become brittle and bitter. Too moist and they'll spoil during storage.
Ensures. This single facility conducts over 500 quality tests daily. Every export shipment must meet international.
With quality confirmed, these premium cashews now move to the final transformation, from raw kernel to finished snack product. While some cashews are sold raw, most undergo light roasting to enhance flavor and extend shelf life. The batch roasting allows precise control over time and temperature. Each grade may require slightly different roasting profiles to achieve optimal results.
Roasting happens at lower temperatures than shell processing, between 130 and 150 degrees Celsius for 15 to 20 minutes.
The Maillard reaction creates hundreds of new flavor compounds during roasting. This is what gives cashews their character.
Roasting must be stopped at precisely the right moment. Over-roasted cashews taste bitter and burnt. Under-roasted ones lack flavor development.
Rapid cooling stops the roasting process instantly and sets the texture. Cashews cooled too slowly become soft instead of maintaining that satisfying crunch.
For flavored varieties like salted, honey-roasted, or spiced cashews, this tumbler applies seasonings while the nuts are still slightly warm for better adhesion. Salt application is measured to the gram. Too little and consumers find them bland. Too much and the natural cashew flavor is overpowered.
The tumbling action ensures even coating distribution. Every cashew receives virtually identical seasoning coverage for consistent flavor in every handful.
Excess seasoning is captured and recycled back into the system. Modern processing wastes almost nothing.
Human taste testing remains essential. Machines can measure salt content, but only trained palates can judge overall flavor balance and texture satisfaction.
One last visual inspection removes any cashews that may have burned during roasting or received uneven seasoning application.
These inspectors are the last human touchpoint before packaging. Their standards determine whether this batch ships to premium retailers or secondary markets.
With roasting and flavoring complete, the final step that will preserve their freshness for months to come. Packaging happens in a climate-controlled environment with reduced oxygen levels. This prevents oil rancidity and extends shelf life naturally without preservatives.
This facility operates 12 independent packaging lines simultaneously, processing different grades and packaging.
Modern cashew packaging uses multi-layer barrier films that block oxygen and moisture, the two main enemies of nut freshness and flavor. Computer-controlled scales measure to 1/10 of a gram accuracy. Consumers get exactly what's printed on the label, every single time. The filling process happens in less than 2 seconds per bag. Speed is critical to maintain production efficiency while handling delicate product. Metal detectors provide final contamination screening. Any package triggering the sensor is automatically ejected and inspected before the entire batch is cleared.
Every label contains legally required information, ingredients, allergen warnings, nutritional facts, and important
Barcode verification ensures every package can be scanned at retail checkout. Unreadable codes trigger automatic rejection and relabeling. Automated sorting directs each product to its designated case packing station. The system handles dozens of different SKUs simultaneously without error. These industrial robots pack over 80 cases per minute, working continuously for up to 20 hours daily with minimal supervision. Case sealing must withstand international shipping stresses. These boxes will travel by truck, ship, and air before reaching retail shelves worldwide. Date coding is legally required in most markets. These codes also enable efficient inventory rotation using first-in, first-out warehouse management.
Accumulation conveyors balance the speed differences between fast packaging lines and slower palletizing, ensuring smooth, continuous operation without bottlenecks.
Palletizing patterns are mathematically optimized for stability during transport. A single pallet can hold over 1,000.
Stretch wrapping binds the entire pallet load together and protects against moisture and contamination during storage and shipping.
Each pallet receives unique shipping documentation. This label will be scanned multiple times during its journey from factory floor to retail distribution center.
Finished goods move immediately into climate-controlled warehouse staging. Rapid turnover prevents inventory from aging unnecessarily before shipment.
This warehouse can hold 3 weeks of production. Inventory management software optimizes shipping schedules to minimize. Digital tracking provides complete visibility. Customers can see exactly when their order was produced, packaged, and shipped from this facility.
Final quality assurance happens after packaging. Samples are tested to confirm that sealed products meet all specifications before shipment approval.
Here's
Moisture testing ensures shelf stability. Even a 0.5% increase in moisture can cut shelf life in half by enabling mold growth.
microbiological safety is not every batch negotiable. Under good pathogen screening, E. coli.
experts. Only when every quality parameter passes inspection is a shipment released for loading. Failed batches are quarantined.
The shipping operation runs around the clock. Trucks depart every 30 minutes, carrying cashews to distribution centers. Export shipments often use refrigerated containers maintaining 8 degrees Celsius. Temperature control during transport is just as critical as factory processing. Every pallet loaded is digitally verified against the shipment order. This prevents shipping errors and ensures complete order accuracy.
Temperature monitors travel with each shipment. If conditions deviate from specification during transport, customers are immediately notified and can inspect product upon arrival.
Tamper-evident seals protect product security. These seals can only be removed by cutting, making any unauthorized access immediately obvious.
From this point, the journey continues through logistics networks. Some cashews will reach store shelves within days. Others will cross oceans, taking several weeks.
This single facility ships over 200 tons of finished cashew products every week, supplying markets across 40 different countries on 6 continents.
Distribution centers break down factory pallets into mixed loads for retail delivery. A single store might receive cases from 5 different factories in one delivery.
The journey from tree to the shelf typically takes 4 to 6 weeks, but thanks to modern processing and preservation, every package on these shelves represents an incredible journey. From toxic shell to crunchy snack, through dozens of...
Behind the visible production floor, sophisticated automation systems coordinate every aspect of the operation, from raw material intake to finished goods shipping.
Modern cashew processing achieves over 85% whole kernel recovery, a dramatic improvement from just 60%. Continuous maintenance keeps these machines running 22 hours daily. The remaining 2 hours are dedicated to cleaning, inspection, and component replacement.
This facility employs over 800 people across 3 shifts. Cashew processing provides vital
Training programs run continuously. New employees spend 3 weeks in classroom and supervised practice before working independently on production lines. Environmental responsibility is built into every stage. All process water is treated to drinking quality before leaving.
The toxic shells that begin this process end as valuable biofuel. These pellets burn cleaner than coal and are sold. This facility holds certifications from over 15 international food safety organizations, meeting the stringent requirements of market.
Innovation never stops. The R&D team constantly develops new flavor profiles and processing techniques to reduce costs and improve quality.
Sustainability investments include 20% of facility power coming from rooftop solar,
reducing both environmental impact and operating costs.
Worker welfare is prioritized. All employees receive free daily meals, health insurance, and educational support.
Automated warehouse systems maximize storage density. This facility can hold over 5 million pounds of finished product in climate-controlled conditions.
From humble agricultural origins to state-of-the-art industrial processing, cashew production represents the perfect marriage.
What began as a toxic seed protected by caustic resins has been transformed through human ingenuity into one of the world's most.
Next time you reach for a cashew, remember the incredible journey from tropical orchard through dozens of precise. This is how everyday products are really made. Through dedication, precision, and the